guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm in a rush and I'm just going to do a really quick chatty get ready with me video. I'm going to work and I've got to be there in like 45 minutes and look at me, I've just got out of the shower. So yes, I'm just going to get straight into it. Always like to use a primer for work because I work in a pub and it gets really busy in there, so my best friend is my MAC Prep and Prime primer. Makes your skin so soft, it really makes a difference. Like even when you just put it on and leave it for a minute, you can see how it evens your skin tone and just like calms down all the redness and things. I don't really know how it works, but I really love primers at the moment, and there was a time where I never even bothered with them. I just didn't see the difference whether you use them or not, but now I'm loving them to death. As usual, I'm just going to take my MAC Pro Longwear concealer in NW15, which is like the palest shade they do, and I always use that underneath my foundation because it's just slightly too pale, so if I put it over the top then it ends up looking like I've dotted it on and it just looks really stupid. So if I put foundation over the top then it will blend in and it doesn't stand out. Just going to use my Eco Tools brush, buffing brush I think it is, and it is just absolutely my pride and joy. I have never loved a brush this much. Like even my Sigma ones, which cost so much money, and my Real Techniques, they're just not as good as this one. This one's so soft, and I love the fact that this one's like cruelty free and bamboo and sustainably sourced and things. Today I am feeling my Rimmel Match Perfection foundation. I just reviewed this on my blog actually, and yes, I really like it. As a drugstore like alternative, I always like to pick up a couple of drugstore foundations just so I don't absolutely blitz through my NARS and my MAC foundations, because you know you've got to keep those like sacred and make them last because they're just so expensive. But yeah, I usually go for the L'Oreal True Match foundation because that is just my baby. But they didn't have any in my shade when I went into Superdrug, so I just picked up this one instead, and it was on offer, so I got two for £10 or something. And yeah, I've been really pleased with it. It's quite a cool vanilla, my shade's vanilla, and it's quite cool toned, and I think I'll like it a lot more in the winter just because when summer's around I've got a bit of a tan and I do have to bronze it up a little bit and make it look a little bit warmer. But yeah, as just a day-to-day foundation, I really like this one. You do have to build it up a little bit. It's not the thickest or the best coverage, but it builds up quite nicely, and then it does stay on really well too. It's always funny, isn't it? Because I've been using MAC for the past few days, and this is the first time I've used a drugstore foundation in a few days, and you can just tell the difference immediately. Now, just because it has not covered up all the redness as much as I would have liked it to, I'm just going to go in over the top with a little bit of my Collection Lasting Perfection Ultimate Wear Concealer, which as a concealer I do like, but the packaging, no, it's just not good enough. Like I can tell that it's a cheap concealer, and I do appreciate the fact that it's cheap and that they can't spend much money on packaging if they want to make the product nice, but mine is just leaked everywhere and it's on the inside of my drawers, and it's just a bit of a nightmare. It's quite a good shade though. It matches my shade quite nicely, and I can put it on top of my foundation without it looking obvious. And now, just for good measure, another face product. Sticking MAC Prep and Prime just to highlight a little bit underneath my eyes, because I didn't get too much sleep last night, let's just say, and I'm feeling a bit worse for wear. and I need waking up a little bit, and this is absolutely perfect because I'm so pale. I can't use concealers as sort of highlighters, so MAC's Prep and Prime highlighter pens, they are absolutely wonderful. I'll buy them again and again. Every time I run out I'll buy a new one because they're just great. Really flattering shades as well, and they've got one for yellow tone skin, one for pinky tone skin. At the moment my hair's a little bit pink, and I can't wear red lipstick, which is annoying because I like wearing red lipstick. And I'm just going in with my Face of Australia loose translucent powder. Actually, change of plan, I'm going with my MAC StudioFix powder plus foundation because it's the absolute best for setting my foundation, in my opinion. This is the one that just lasts so well for me, and I always know if I'm going out on the town I can put this one on and my base will stay nice and matte and it won't rub off, and it will still stay covering all my red. Now I'm going to take my Mineralize Skinfinish in medium dark on this brush, which is actually a really good brush considering I got it for like £3 in Superdrug. It's a little bit scratchy, but like it puts the product on your face really evenly and it's not patchy or anything. It spreads it really well and blends it really nicely. That foundation, it does come out quite pale and quite cool, so I am bronzing it up a little bit because it's still summer and it's still sunny and my normal skin tone is just a little bit darker than my usual foundation shade. For my blush, I am going with my absolute baby, which is my NARS Deep Throat. I love NARS so much. Can I just take a moment to appreciate its beauty? You know where your money goes, don't you? My money is sitting in my drawers at the moment. Throat much more than I like Orgasm, just because it's just slightly peachier and it doesn't have that much shimmer, so it's a lot more subtle and you can get away with it in the day and it just looks really nice, just gives you a nice little flush of colour and it doesn't look ridiculously obvious or anything. So Deep Throat is the best blush I've ever tried. Now I'm taking my Illamasqua Sculpting Powder Duo and my NARS I Took a Bookie brush and using the highlighter, which I'm loving at the moment. I'm doing this every day and I don't usually highlight. It's not one of those things that, you know, is in everyone's everyday makeup routine, but just sweeping it underneath your eyes and along the tops of your cheekbones here, just above where you've put blush on. It wakes you up so much, and it's also, you know, it reminds me of like mermaid scales, and I know that probably sounds ridiculous, but I'm completely freakishly obsessed with mermaids, and it just, I don't know, it makes me feel like a mermaid when I put this on. Now I sat and I did my brows for probably about an hour and a half yesterday because I haven't plucked them for ages and I'm really negligent with my eyebrows. I never bother with them. And yesterday I plucked them and I made them all nice and straight and I got rid of all the gross hairs and I trimmed them all down. And I said to my boyfriend Elliot, who was in one of my other videos, I said, what's different about me today? What have you noticed about me that's different? And he goes, bearing in mind I'm sitting there with a full face of makeup as well, he goes, you're not wearing any makeup? And I was just outraged, I was so upset. It's just my Sigma Brow Powder Duo. Just go ahead and set those using my clear brown lash gel. Eyes, I'm going in with my Stila in the Moment palette, which is like mostly purple tone and it's really pretty. I'm just going to take Wonder on my really big fluffy brush and chuck that in my crease. It's just going to, I need to speed up because I'm going to be late for work and they're going to say, Jasmine, why were you late? And I'm going to say I was doing my makeup, and that is not really a valid excuse, is it? Darken that up using GRWM, which is a really nice coppery brown sort of shade with little sparkly bits. Stila eyeshadow is really easy to blend. And then on my little tapered blending, no it's not tapered, it's just a blending, and hit that underneath my eye. And then I'm very quickly going to line my eye using an eyeshadow, Chit from the Naked palette, because I do not have the time or the patience to start faffing around with liquid eyeliner, because liquid eyeliner is not my friend. No matter how much I try and make it my friend, it's never going to be my friend, and that just makes me sad. It just doesn't like me, it just will never work how I want it to work. So at least you can smudge it out and it doesn't have to be perfect. Pretty smoky and pretty good. And then I'm going to line my eye using Milk by NYX. Mascara of choice is my Jordana Extreme Volumizing Mascara? Best Lash Extreme Volumizing Mascara. Ooh, long name. And this is really cheap, you can get it off Beauty Joint and things like that, and it's just so dirt cheap, it's amazing. Just gonna stick on a bit of Coquette. I don't put this on opaque anymore, just I find it's too, like, it looks a bit like a crayon, so I just usually sort of dab it on and then I'll blend it in a bit with my finger. That makes it look a bit more like a tint and it looks a little nicer than if you just sort of glue it on. There is the finished look, guys. I hope you liked it, and I really liked doing this sort of like chatty, really informal sort of video with you. It was really nice to like chat about some of my favourite products and say a little bit about what I'm using, so I think I might make a few more of these, especially when I'm getting ready for work because I'm so lonely. Also guys, I really wanted to very quickly show you this jumper that I got whilst charity shopping today. I've actually had my eye on it for a few weeks and I was so glad because I went in today to get it and I was like, if they don't have it, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life, but it is just the most amazing vintage granddad jumper, and I'm a sucker for granddad jumpers. Look at it! Oh, I'm going to put it on. I've got to put it on. I'm wearing it to work, so I'm just going to put it on. It's so snuggly, and it might not be the most attractive or feminine piece of attire, but I absolutely love granddad jumpers. You can't go wrong with them. They're so comfy. That is my finished look. Same in this video, the music that I'm using is Tiny Folds, and it is my incredibly talented boyfriend's band, and they are kind enough to let me use my music for my YouTube videos, so all their information and things is in the description box, and I'd love it if you could go check it out if you like the music, because let's face it, it's amazing music. I'm such a groupie. Anyway, thank you again for watching this video, and don't forget to leave me a comment and a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!